Hi there, lovely soul. I'm Suzannah from the Tapping Association, and I thought it'd be really nice to just share a little bit about my story today, especially how emotional freedom technique, aka EFT or EFT tapping or just tapping, became one of the most life-changing tools that I've ever come across. Now, I have done a lot of healing work over the years. I've tried a lot of different modalities. I've tried talk therapy, CBT, I've done some hypnotherapy, I've even done EMDR, which stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. And all these modalities have been great. They have all absolutely helped me and supported me on my journey. Like, there's no dissing here. There's no dissing other therapies. But I just felt like I needed something a bit more connected and a bit gentler in a way. Now, because I have struggled with complex PTSD after a difficult childhood, I really felt like there was something really deep going on in my body, like something really visceral, almost like I had trauma lodged in my body, in my bones, in my cells, and like I could never be free of it. Like I really did feel like I was broken and like there was no hope for me at all, because trauma, it doesn't just live up here, it lives in our bodies, it lives in our nervous system, it does live in our muscles and our cells. And that's why when I started to learn more about trauma, and I read lots of books, and I read one book in particular, The Body Keeps a Score, it really resonated with me so deeply, because it is true. We hold the trauma in our bodies, even when our minds don't fully understand what's going on or doesn't really understand why we're getting triggered. So with tapping, I first discovered it probably back in about 2009, and I started using it just ad hoc really for money blocks and a little bit of confidence boosting here and there. And I picked it up on and off over the years. Like I did really appreciate it. It did support me a lot. But it was when I experienced burnout that I really started to take it a bit more seriously and use it on a more regular basis. And I started to use it pretty much every day. And I discovered then, like, actually tapping is everything that I've been searching for. Like, it had that somatic body release that I needed. It had that nice self-compassion of the affirmations, the insight of talk therapy, and that kind of element of touch and self-care as well. And it really felt like this conversation with my nervous system in a really loving and safe way. So now I mostly use tapping for self-healing, and honestly I think there's something so empowering about being able to support yourself, to be that presence that you need, using your own hands, like being there for yourself. And that's not to say sometimes I don't still need support with the hard stuff. Of course I do. And I've had one-to-one sessions with EFT tapping practitioners, and they are so different. Like if you're used to using videos, one-to-one sessions are so different. They're so much more impactful, and you're guided in such a profound and powerful way. So if you can relate to having deeper trauma or complex issues, then please do get support with that, because it can be really helpful. But being able to tap through my own emotions to start my day with this really gentle practice as part of my kind of main thing of my self-care routine is really lovely. It's like giving myself some healthy self-touch, some nice tenderness. And when I tap through the points, sometimes I kind of almost stroke through the points with a really gentle stroke, and combined with the nice supportive words and the affirmations, it's almost feels like self-parenting in a way, and really nurturing and really loving. And because I grew up not having much emotional safety and stability in my life, like that's been really huge for me. So in summary, tapping has been amazing and life-changing for me because it's helped me to feel more like me, like grow into who I am, realise that I'm not broken, I'm healing, and it's safe to be who I really am. It's helped me to feel more confident in my life, in my business. I did not think for 1 minute that I'd be here on YouTube with my face on screen doing tapping videos for the world to see. Like if you told me that 20 years ago, I'd be like, nah, not going to happen. It's helped me to release like a shit ton of money blocks linked to growing up in poverty and housing insecurity. I once lived in a tent, but I'll save that for another video. And finally, it's helped me to feel happier, more content, and feel more able to just live a life that suits me and not what I think it should look like, if that makes sense. But of course, it is a journey. I know that having struggled so much in my life, like the healing never really ends, and that's okay. And I saw a quote from Jamie Catto about this. His Facebook page is great, by the way. Jamie Catto, go look him up. He says, I'm always suspicious of people who've told me they've already done the work. Give me a break. Anyone who's really delved deep knows that the work is never done. It's an ongoing ascending path. And that really hit home for me, because healing isn't about arriving like an end destination. It's about being with ourselves kindly over and over again. So if you're watching this and you're wondering if there's something that can meet you where you are, gently, lovingly, day by day, I just want to say, obviously, EFT tapping might be for you too. So give it a try. You never know. So thanks for listening to a bit about my story and how I discovered EFT. The journey continues, the tapping continues. If you do have any questions about it, feel free to leave me a comment, and I'll do my best to reply. Bye.